listeners, we continue with the Unit 29, Airline Marketing. Under this, we are going to cover principles of marketing mix in this video. The objectives of this unit is to familiarize with the principles of airline marketing. Under this, we will understand principles of the marketing mix, which is product, price, promotion, place, people, process, and physical evidence. Let's introduce the topic. As we studied in the last unit about how technologies progress and how a travel behavior and priorities constantly shift. Therefore, in this dynamic world of air travel, it has become very important to market airline business innovatively to attract more customers and for making more sales. People are daily reading news about the flight delays, bad customer service, and those significant additional charges. Such operational issues must be addressed through the dimensions of the marketing mix principles. Therefore, in order to convince customers to actually choose a specific airline, an airline has to be creative and timely with their marketing efforts. And for that, a precise product promotion and advertising must be implemented soundly by airline managers. Also, the price has to be decided with utmost research so that the distribution of the product to customers is done properly, either through travel agencies or through global distribution systems. Now, defining the marketing mix. Marketing mix as defined by American Association of Marketing is the process of planning and executing the conception, pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organizational objectives. Therefore, the marketing policies of an airline cannot be defined without the overall strategic direction. This strategic direction must identify the firm's goals and objectives, the markets in which it will participate, and the methods it will employ to ensure successful exploitation of market potential. In fact, all the airlines derive marketing activities from the required target group or demand to promote existing or a new product. However, there is no single way to create a marketing campaign because it involves a lot of company-specific details. For that reason, marketing is considered as an integration function geared towards market-oriented corporate management. In today's business world, the marketing process is based on the interaction between the customer and the business. So it is important for marketers to recognize the significance of reactively adapting to customers through the marketing mix concept. Now let's talk about marketing mix in detail. Marketing mix is a set of steps and a collection of controllable elements manipulated by marketers in marketing programs designed to implement a target market strategy in order to create and encourage exchanges with consumers and customers. The 7 P's model tells us that the application of marketing principles require decisions to be made about the products, advertising, and promotional work used to gain market share. Competitive pricing can be employed, and lastly, the firm's distribution channel or the intermediaries can be incentivized to push the product harder through increased commissions or markups. Let's discuss these marketing mix principles one by one in detail. The first one being the product. Product is considered the heart of marketing and the major component of marketing mix elements, as decisions in the other elements of the marketing mix rely on the product posing, and it's a challenge for the airline marketers. In the airline industry, the product is majorly intangible in nature. Hence, the product represents services, goods, ideas, or what airline organizations are marketing to satisfy the consumers. The airline industry's product is, as discussed, is intangible and perishable and cannot be stored. The product is also many-faceted and therefore is both capable of providing or failing to provide customer satisfaction. In all areas of marketing, the processes of product development, product innovation, and product management needs to be continuous and never ending. The product life cycle of an airline product should be applied in airline marketing, and a rigorous quality control system for the product should be established through a process of continuous improvement. Also, regular investments should be made in the product to ensure that its specification meets or preferably overtakes that of the market leader. Therefore, the airlines, to be successful, work for product development as a continuous process, that is, to work towards higher standards of personal service to be delivered to customers and to boost market shares. The service of an airline may include facilities like well-managed staff, control over departure and arrivals, along with tangible accompanying goods like food and beverage. Whatever the product is offered by marketers should have right features, for example, functionality, quality, and safety, and must be able to perform a task or function with high quality and safety. In addition, the packaging, repairs, warranty, etc. are some of the features required as products for support, and they are highly important. This product support, which is also sometimes referred as after-sales service, should also be focused. For example, the passenger buys the transportation service and the airline has to ensure providing it at a reasonable price with no delays or cancellations and with constant availability of comfortable seats for the passengers. There are various stages in product planning which are involved. The first one being the studying the marketing environment before the launching of the product. The nature of sound marketing policies clearly vary according to the constraints and opportunities provided by the external environment, under the 5 headings of political, economic, social, technological, and environmental. The airline marketing analysis task is to isolate those factors in the external environment which will have a significant impact on the formulation of sound marketing policies and to assess the implications on the product. The airline industry has always been intensely political, and the fortunes of the world economy also has substantial impact, with marketing policies needing to ensure that favorable economic circumstances are exploited. Social issues such as those relating to demographic trends are highly significant, along with technological opportunities which are easily accessible nowadays by the customers. Successful airlines must conduct a thorough and ongoing review of their marketing environment and take full account of this in preparing or while launching their product. The second is the product design and development. Many airlines today have become commoditized, and passengers tend to feel that all airlines are the same and that there are no strong reasons for choosing one rather than the other. However, a small number of airlines, though, manage to rise above such generalizations by improving on their design and developing their product by achieving valuable status as a brand. Being consistent with their services or the product helps embark a deeper impression on the customers. This is brought in by product differentiation and product positioning, where an airline builds its brand name and image and needs to maintain its reputation by repositioning and adjusting the durability. For example, Emirates, by consistently providing quality, flight time after time to its valued customers, has allowed the airline a good chance of being surpassed as an expensive flight by its customers. Also, in addition, the British carrier Virgin Atlantic and Singapore Airlines have also proved their mettle in the services offered by them and have given run to their competitors. The second marketing mix element we are discussing is price. In recent times, millions of fares in the industry's database change every day, challenging airline pricing managers not only to get their pricing decisions right, but also to make the decisions regarding tariff updating quickly and under great pressure. The result of these trends is that the fare structure is now highly unstable and at times of active competition, especially prevalent during recessionary periods, when supply exceeds demand and airlines are fighting to fill otherwise empty seats or to get their share of the declining market. Clearly, the pricing environment today is a far more challenging one. As a result, pricing becomes an important element of the marketing mix that airline companies use to achieve their marketing objectives. It is a sensitive and flexible element because it modifies quickly in response to changes in the market. Price is what customers pay to get the product and is the only element of the marketing mix that brings revenue to the companies and is also considered a main predictor of customers' choice. Today, in price competitive markets, pricing managers are constantly faced with situations where they have to decide whether or not to respond to the pricing initiatives of their rivals. This involves responding to crucial questions like reacting to the fare discounts that a competitor has introduced, as it leads to opportunities to lead the market either in terms of discounts or in the raising of prices to improve the yields. Since all airlines have a proportion of their costs invested as fixed overheads, expenses such as those associated with the reservation and revenue accounting systems and brand building advertising come into this category. Also, many airlines invest large sums in improving the specification of their first and business class products, with costly investments having been made to better seats like flat-bedded, high-quality catering, and greatly improving in flight entertainment, and are liable to raise their prices to earn a return on their investments. The airlines have to acknowledge the fact that different types of passengers have a different willingness to pay for different product features, and the airline has to find ways to charge passengers at a price which is as high as they are willing to accept to pay in order to successfully capture the business. In deciding on pricing policies which will optimize financial returns, carriers must decide on the number of seats they will sell and at what prices. Therefore, the decisions regarding product and pricing should be made together to be effective, and the pricing capabilities in airline sector are equally important to understand or to increase competitive advantage and firm performance. The various pricing strategies are: the first one being the cost-related pricing. Now, this was the first and the foremost strategy introduced by airlines, which implied an equal price for all passengers, independent of their purpose of travel and booking time. It covered the cost of operations, including an adequate return on capital, and was considered the most rational way of pricing. However, recently the other pricing strategies have been introduced, the next one being the preferential pricing. Preferential fares are offered by airlines to named groups of passengers. These fares can be further divided into two types. First, what are known as stage of life fares. These examples include the special low fares which are offered to children, young people and to senior citizens. Second one being where the airlines offer many occupation related cheaper or special fares, like fares offered to seamen, to military personnel or to diplomats. The next one is differential pricing. Differential pricing takes into account the varying price elasticity of the demand into account. The different willingness to pay among the customers for different products makes an airline offer different prices for the same product or product range. For example, if the airline assumes that passengers are traveling to leisure destinations and will tend to book relatively before their holidays, it may start pricing seats on that route relatively higher. Based on the market response, the prices would then be altered accordingly. The airlines also use policies like offering fare with minimum and maximum stay conditions, advance purchase rules, etc., to introduce differential pricing both for low fare passengers and the high fare payers. The next pricing strategy is competitive pricing. Companies in the airline sector have become increasingly complex and fiercely competitive over the past few decades. The airline companies have realized that pricing strategies such as expected marginal seat revenue offers the best ways to optimize fares in real time. For example, a startup airline may do so in order to gain useful publicity and to persuade people to try its services. Or a traditional full-service airline might change their price policy in answer to competition faced by low-cost carriers. The next pricing strategy is innovative pricing. New ancillary revenues have been launched by the airlines to drive and generate traffic flows. Some airlines have introduced this as a la carte pricing, which is a pricing philosophy where the basic fare only buys the flight itself, and if passenger requires other product features such as catering or priority boarding, they have to pay for them as extras. The third marketing mix principle we are discussing is promotion. Promotion is an attempt to communicate, introduce products or services to consumer, persuade the consumer to purchase and earn revenue. It is communicating information between the seller and potential buyer in the channel to influence attitudes and behavior. Thus, promotion is the part of the marketing mix that involves telling the target customers that the right product is available at the right place and at right price. The airline business has been slow in adopting the concepts of promotion in comparison to other fast-moving consumer goods firms. The reason can be attributed to the need of having a greater focus on operational matters such as those associated with safety and punctuality. However, to communicate with their flyers and to have excellent public relations, the aviation industry is getting creative and innovative with its strategies. Today, the matter of marketing communication, brand building, and brand maintenance has become very crucial. The methods of promotion define a distinct market presence and image that is easily communicable to consumers. By maintaining a high promotional profile through activities as display or media advertising, database marketing, and the maintenance of an attractive frequent flyer program, the airlines have been able to keep their product effectiveness with their customers and distributors. The next marketing mix element is place, which is also called distribution, refers to the method in which products such as goods or services are distributed for use by the customer. So it is about getting the products to the customer. In all areas of marketing, links must be present and made between the customer and the product. These links are known as distribution channels and are employed by airlines. Airlines use a variety of channels as different channel results in different costs, and they also vary in the extent to which they allow airlines to exercise proper and necessary control of the market. However, airlines certainly has gained from the wide distribution of their product through GDS, that is the Global Distribution System, which has meant that almost all travel agents have instant access to the fare database, which is offered by all service providers. There are different types of distribution channels. The first is where the airline directly gets in touch with the distributors, which is called direct channel. To avoid passing costs to the middlemen, many airlines are working on building business to customer relationships, which is B2C relationships, to reinforce the loyalty with their customers. For such marketing activities, direct approach is adopted to be cost effective. For example, some airlines deal directly with the customers by selling their goods through mail orders, backed by extensive advertising, or through internet or websites to save on paying no markups or commissions to the intermediaries. This also helps in keeping control on their marketing activities and to remain in touch with their true sources of demand of their products. The second is the intermediaries or the middlemen. Airlines, to sell on the goods, use intermediaries other than adopting a direct sell policy to get the advantage of wide geographical coverage and to stay cost effective. These agents are paid commission and markups each time they sell an airline service. These intermediaries, like wholesalers, buy in bulk from the airlines, for example, bulk seats in a flight, to gain large discounts and hence big profits. Further, the retailers buy from these wholesalers and sell the products to the final customer. These indirect channels mainly comprise of consolidators, online travel agencies, and other retail travel management companies who purchase tickets directly from airlines at special negotiated rates and then resell them to other retail travel agencies or end customers. The next marketing mix principle is people. The employees of a firm are its best resource as the human capital increases production and optimum utilization. Today, airlines are famous for employing diverse workforce consisting of different nationalities to offer excellent customer service. People with high customer services skills are hired to impress the clientele in providing customer service. The airline's investment in employees' training and development is also praiseworthy, ensuring employee satisfaction. Therefore, people involved in the business directly and indirectly are very important for airlines as they will be providing a lot of information, for example, the schedule for the customer's flights in case of any delays or complexities. The next marketing mix element is the process. Airline carries out a number of different business activities having different processes to deliver its service to customers. For example, flight booking, flight catering, baggage handling, check-in procedures, recruitment, employee training, etc. are some of the important activities in the overall process, with the sole purpose of bringing convenience and loyalty to the customer. The process lays emphasis on service industry by the frontline staff, travel agency, and tour operator offices to reach to ultimate users or the customers. As a result, the process begins at the time of reservation and goes on to the confirmation of the seats. The next marketing mix element is physical evidence. Now, airlines usually have a very user-friendly websites displaying videos and images which add beauty to the airline's physical environment. Also, the cabin crews wear stylish uniforms and follow certain beauty standards. Stylish offices, lounge at the airports, and in-flight entertainment are some other important elements of the airline's physical environment. Therefore, physical evidence refers to the environment in which service is delivered and where the service industry and the customer interact. Physical evidence or environment in airlines can be divided into two parts. The first is where the ground environment, which includes the booking office, the baggage facility system or ground handling system is included. The second one, where in-flight services is the second physical evidence and is an important functionality which have the direct impact on the customers. This involves the aircraft in itself and amenities provided in the flight like seating configuration, which is meant to be comfortable and spacious, the in-flight food, offering wide selection of meals, and the cleanliness of the flight, and lastly, the ambience in the flight, which is very, very important. Let's sum up the unit. Today, the airline industry has to adjust to the modern world conditions as the way people travel these days has changed drastically. The airlines have to rely on many tools to survive as the market is driven by insane competition. Given the market conditions, airlines have lots of opportunities to target different customer segments through direct and indirect channels. However, there are complexities that challenge building an effective marketing strategy. So the challenge for an airline in marketing lies in manipulating its marketing mix, that is product, price, promotion, distribution, people, process, and the physical environment so that the passenger is willing to come back again to the same airline. In recent years, direct selling has become more and more significant as traditional airlines have supplemented direct selling through sales offices, airport ticket desks, and call centers, with an increasing emphasis on web-based business and ignoring the travel agency industry. As a result, an enhanced marketing mix needs to be deployed to reach out to the customers with the right service. An airline can have a competitive advantage over other airlines by adopting a marketing mix strategy. There is a strong interdependence between all components of marketing mix, be it personal or people, promotion, or the product offered. The service providers, by offering a complete comprehensive blend of components, have a positive effect on potential and current clients. Hence, marketing plays a huge role in running an airline's business successfully with the 7 P's formula, which helps identify the customer and their values, their expectations, and delivers the correct product at a competitive price. Airlines also have to spend a heavy amount on advertising and promotions. Similarly, having a congenial physical environment and good public relations form an important link in airlines marketing, as the relations between an airlines and travel agencies or tour operators are crucial for marketing, as the bulk of airline business is handled through them. Thank you.